Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting. Business idea. Name of business, Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting. Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting is a saddle fitting company that strives to combine horse and rider with the perfect saddle. Services offered include saddle fit analysis, flocking adjustments, full reflocking, billet replacement, template, general repairs, and recommendations. The company will market to equine owners and leasers. Services are provided throughout western Massachusetts and surrounding areas. Saddle fitter Leah will drive to the customer. Business idea continued. Competitive advantage. Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting provides superior services for low prices. Customers need not worry about trailering their horse to have the fit of their saddle analyzed and/or adjusted. Instead, Leah will go to them. Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting offers a wider range of services than many competitors. Organizational structure. Structure chosen, sole proprietorship. Reasoning. The business is owned and managed by only one person. All profits go to the owner. This will avoid disagreements between employees. Lowest tax rates. Target customer profile. Age 14 to 60. Gender predominantly female. Marital status doesn't matter. Occupation white collar. Living situation doesn't matter. Horse ownership. Own one or more horses or a lease. This company's saddle fitting services will fulfill the horse and rider need for a well-fitting, comfortable saddle. Marketing continued. Research questionnaire results. Everybody answered yes to my introductory questions, therefore they would be potential customers for my business. Results for question number 1. 7 people out of 8 said they had older, well-used saddles. Impact on my plan. These results do not really impact my plan a lot. The fact that most people seem to have older saddles means that more people will need their saddles adjusted. Results for question number 2. Only 1 out of 8 people had ever had a saddle fitter come see their horse. Impact on my plan. These results may mean that not many people know about saddle fitters or the importance of having a saddle adjusted. I will have to do more local clinics and demonstrations so potential customers can learn about what I do and how it will benefit them. Results for number 3. The one person who had a saddle fitter out before had their saddle reflocked. Impact on my plan. These results don't tell me much because only one of the people I interviewed had hired a saddle fitter, but based on this, I might want to prepare to do a lot of reflocking because that may be the most common reason for hiring a saddle fitter. Results for question number 4. 3 people thought saddle fitting was expensive, 2 thought the prices were reasonable, and 3 didn't know how much the going rates were. Impact on my plan. I should try to have sales as often as possible to attract more customers and keep my prices as low as I can while still profiting. I will need to keep relatively low prices compared to my competitors and have good reasons for customers to choose my company over another. Research questionnaire results continue. Results for question number 5. The one person who had hired a saddle fitter before would hire one again, and 5 of the rest would hire one for the first time. Impact on my plan. This is beneficial on my part. Based on these results, I know that a lot of people may be willing to hire a saddle fitter if they know what saddle fitters can do and why they can be very helpful. Results for question number 6. The person who had already hired a saddle fitter said she would hire one again because it helped her and her horse and was worth the money. The other 5 who would hire a fitter said they believed it would be best for their horse if they ever needed their saddles repaired or adjusted. The 2 people who didn't think they would hire a saddle fitter both thought they wouldn't ever need one. Impact on my plan. Based on these results, there are some people who don't know how important it is to have their saddle checked or reflocked periodically. Because of this, I will need to be sure to spread the word about periodic saddle fit checks and adjustments through clinics, flyers, etc. Results for question number 7. 2 people thought they would need their billet straps replaced, 4 people would hire a saddle fitter for reflocking, 1 person would want their saddle's seat patched, and 1 person really wasn't sure. Impact on my plan. Reflocking and billet replacements seem to be most common, so I will need to be prepared to do a lot of those. I will also need to be sure to inform people of all of the services I can provide and how to tell when things need adjusting or replacing. Results for question number 8. The person who had a saddle fitter out before didn't mention a specific price, but said it would be nice to pay less than she had before. Nobody else knew what they would be willing to pay because they didn't really know the going rates. Impact on my plan. To attract customers, I need to minimize my prices and emphasize how low they are. Research questionnaire results continued. Results for question number 9. The one person who had hired a saddle fitter before said she wished the fitter she'd hired was more descriptive about what she was doing with the saddle, because she would have liked to know what exactly was going on and what she was paying for. Impact on my plan. I know now that it will be important for me to make sure my customers are aware of what I'm doing with their saddles and why. Results for question number 10. Unfortunately, nobody I interviewed really knew of any competitors. The person who had hired a saddle fitter before had hired the woman from Perfect Sit, but that was the only competitor anyone listed. Impact on my plan. I will need to do a lot of advertising at tack shops, farm supply stores, horse shows, and more, because if most people don't know many of my competitors, this may be good for me, but it also means that they might not know about me either. Results for question 11. The one person who had listed a competitor thought Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting could be better than the person from Perfect Fit just based on the nice description given at the beginning of the questionnaire. She said my company provided more initial information than the person she hired. Impact on my plan. I will still have to work hard to make sure I keep ahead of my competitors, but this could mean my company already has an edge on them. Results for question number 12. The person who had previous experience with a saddle fitter was the only person who responded to this question and said my company didn't really seem unique. Impact on my plan. I will need to come up with certain events, sales, informational videos, etc. to attract customers and make my business unique compared to other saddle fitting companies. Results for question number 13. Everyone said they would hire me if they ever hired a saddle fitter because they know me and know that I would know what I was doing. A few of them also said they thought I would know what I was doing based on my business description as well. Impact on my plan. Based on these results, I may already have an advantage over my competitors, even with people that do not already know me, but I should also be personable and professional when talking to potential customers who do not know me. Marketing continued. Pioneer Valley Saddle Fitting is a service retail company because we sell services rather than physical products. These services involve fitting and adjusting the saddle to both horse and rider. Marketing continued. Competition. Perfect Sit in Norfolk, Massachusetts offers saddle fit evaluation, flocking adjustments, and saddle search services. They have mid to low quality services costing up to $235 plus travel surcharge. Customers will choose my company over this company because my company offers a wider range of services and higher quality services. Trumbull Mountain in Shaftesbury, Vermont offers full saddle fitting adjustments and repairs. Their services are high quality, but prices are unlisted. Prices are likely high. Customers will choose my company over this company because my company's services are of a comparable quality and likely much less expensive than the prices of this high-end tack shop. Competition continued. Advanced Saddle Fit in Marlborough, New Hampshire. Product/service unlisted. Prices are unlisted and quality is supposedly advanced. Customers will choose my company over this company because my company's prices and services are always going to be clearly stated, whether it be on a website, flyer, etc. The website for this business has no prices or specific services listed unless one sends an email. Anthony Cooper Saddler in Royalston, Mass. offers replacing worn seats, skirts and flaps, adding large knee rolls, enlarging panels with gussets, restuffing of wool panels, converting foam panels to wool. Trees can be adjusted and repaired, also specializing in side saddle fitting and restoration. Price list is online. Customers will choose my company over this company because my company offers the same services at better prices. Marketing continued. Competition report. If one or more of my competitors gets into a price war with my company, there are a couple of things I can do to promote my business over theirs. First, I can lower my prices a little bit, even if they aren't lower than my competitors, and make it clear that I'm having a big sale. This will be a good way to attract customers who may not bother to check with my competitors. I can also do some free saddle fitting clinics to educate people, get them interested in having their horses and saddles looked at, and therefore promote my business. Prices certainly aren't the only thing that determines how many customers a company has.